All right, all right. Here we are. Good to see you, Diane Rosier. Hey, thanks for stopping through. Want to say hello to everybody. What am I, like 4 minutes late? I'm sorry. Had a little technical difficulties, and you guys know with me with the IT background, I can do a little, I can do a little troubleshooting. So we're back on point. Thank you guys for stopping through. We're gonna go ahead and get started. If it's going to be, it's up to me to fulfill my dreams and possibilities with dedication and motivation to inspire thousands from all nations. When times are tough and breaks you down, just smile with toughness and rebuild from the ground. During tough times, adversity is a lot. Just remember, time flies, but you are the pilot. All right, folks, thank you guys for coming in. Today is Monday, of course. This is our Monday Motivational Power Talk. I am Jay Hunter Lee. The date is October the 15th, 9:05 p.m. Folks, we are already halfway through the month. That represents how fast the year has gone. I mean, we're like 2 more months left in the year, and we're in 2019. How many of you have reached some of your goals for the year? You see, that's very, very important. And let me just share this. Remember I said time flies, but you are the pilot? This is a perfect example. Time flies, but you have total control over the time that you muster in the time. Okay? You have total control over your actions within the time. How are you utilizing your own time, folks? Goals need to be reached, right? Or close to it, okay? It's very, very important that we spend our time and our focus on things that's going to help enhance our lives. Things that are going to help to enhance our lives. And that's exactly what we're talking about tonight, folks. Tonight's topic is your reality is a reflection of your thinking habits. Ooh-wee. If y'all want to, put that topic in the comments. Your reality is a reflection of your thinking habits. You know why some people want to debate that? A lot of people, well, most people, I won't say most, well, you know what? Many people will try and debate that. That's an irrefutable universal law, folks. You think about what you bring about. So your reality is a reflection of how your thinking habits are, or a reflection of your thinking habits. Now, the real reason why people, many people want to debate that fact is because they don't want to hold themselves accountable for what happens in their own life. They do not want to hold themselves accountable for what happens to them in their own life. A gentleman by the name of Earl Nightingale, he said it perfectly. We're all self-made, but only the successful will admit it. So let's talk about reality. Let's talk about the reality, your reality. I'm not asking you to share it with us, but what I'm asking you to do is take a deep dive into your reality right now. And think about the things that's in your reality. Think about your reality and tell yourself or ask yourself, are you 100% satisfied with your reality? If your answer is no, then guess what the next question is? Do you want your reality to be better? If your answer is yes to that, then where does that start, people? It starts in your head. I've learned from a gentleman by the name of Dr. Dennis Kimbrough. You know what he said? He talked about the word capitalism. And he said capitalism is not a bad word. Capitalism only means that everything is for sale. And he said if you break down the Latin derivative of the word capitalism, you have the word kaput. Latin, kaput. What does kaput mean? Kaput in Latin, kaput means head. So Dr. Dennis Kimbrough said, in order for you to do well in a capitalist society, you must use your head. You guys follow that? It's very, very important, folks, that we take our focus and our time into an area where we want our lives to be enhanced. Let me step on some toes for a second. There are some people out there, all they do is post Kanye and Donald Trump. It's going to sound offensive to them, but it really is spot on. When I see people post this all day long, all all they do is post negativity. All they do is think about and post Donald Trump all the damn time, Kanye West all the time. I can pretty much guess within a couple of $100 what their net worth is. And it ain't much. And let me tell you why it ain't much. It's not much because they take their focus and their time and put it on other areas that does not even benefit them at all. Not 1 inch of a cent. Does not benefit them at all. I can care less about Kanye. I can care less about Donald Trump and his pictures and his posts and his tweets, because that's his life. That's a reality that he has created for himself. That has nothing to do with me. I'm focusing on my lane. I'm having success in my lane. Most people who only post stuff about other people all the time, I can guarantee you their net worth ranges between $200 to $500. That's all their net worth is. And if they are willing to cooperate with me, we could pull up their financial statements, and I will bet you almost everything I got that I will be spot on with their net worth, between $200 to $500 net worth. Say, you don't know me. You don't know. I don't have to know you. I know your lifestyle. I know your paradigm. And as Bob Proctor said, paradigms run your life. Hello? If you look at the movie called The Secret, a gentleman by the name of James Arthur Ray, he said it in The Secret. Energy flows where attention goes. So if your attention is on Donald Trump and Kanye and Donald Trump's wife, if that's where your attention is going, guess what? Energy will always follow. Why? Because it's a universal law. You can't not refute it. You can't. Trying to refute universal laws is like a tiger trying to hide its stripes. Trying to refute universal laws is like a tiger trying to hide its stripes. I hope I didn't make anyone upset, but I got to bring it from the hip. Those of you who have been following me for years, those of you who know me personally, you know that I don't do it no other way. I don't put no sugar on it. I can't stand sugar. I put it on from the hip and I bring it to you raw. Now, what you can do is own it or loan it. So thinking habits, folks. Thinking habits. Let me give you another example. This is going to be offensive to some people too. But the truth is always offensive. The truth is always offensive, folks. No chaser, Diane Rosier. Here's another reality, folks. Here's another example of thinking habits. People eat too much because they think about food too much. And what that calls for their reality. Obesity, bad health, laziness, oversleeping, low in energy. Somebody who may be obese will be offended. But you can't refute a universal law. What you think about, you bring about. If you don't want to be obese, stop thinking about food all the damn time. Or other things that could be causing you to be obese. Now, you might have somebody that say, well, that don't reply to everybody. And some people might, damn it, I did not say 5 people. I said globally, the masses. The number one cause of weight gain is food. Bad dining. So don't try to debate this with 5 people this might not apply to. And that's one thing I can't stand for idiots to try to debate an individual case to a systematic issue. Stop it. Pick up a goddamn book and read it, damn it. Read. Change your thinking habits and your reality will soon follow. Folks, there's a thing called the butterfly effect. Says that a butterfly can flap its wings over in California and cause a tsunami over on the East Coast. The butterfly effect. That is relating to what you do or do not do today will affect generations 100 plus years after you. So when I talk about personal development, when I talk about trying to be better, I'm not just talking about for myself. I'm talking about those who are going to be affected by what I do. They're going to be affected by my passion. They're going to be affected by my life's purpose, my calling. That's why my focus is there. That's why my time is there. That's why you don't see me posting videos and pictures about somebody else that has nothing to do with my life, not have nothing to do with my development, has nothing to do with my personal growth. It's a waste of time. The minute you start to focusing on other people instead of your own growth, and when you go up against those people who focus on themselves and their growth, you lose. My focus cannot be shaken, folks. My thinking habits cannot be shaken. People have tried to come to me sideways. People have tried to knock me down. Let me tell you something. My why is gigantic. My why is huge. Hello, Sean Hargrove. My why is big, folks. My why is my mom. She passed away 6 years ago in 2012. Guess what? She's still my why. Just because she's not here in the physical realm does not mean she's no longer my why. She has always been my why. She's my shero. Everything I do is in remembrance and in honoring of my mom. Anyone who comes up against that will lose. My thinking habits is creating my reality. By the fall of 2019, my company, WAN Global, will probably have generated about $1.3 million by that time. We just got our investor. We're working out kinks and closing our deal with our investor right now, our sponsoring investor. And what's going to happen, folks? This company is going to be on pace of earning no less than $250,000 each quarter of the year. Because my thinking habits goes way back to 2013 when I first launched this business in Washington, D.C. I'm not saying this to impress you. I'm saying this to impress upon you that focus on your goals, focus on your calling. Focus on your life's purpose, folks. Focus on why you are here. You're not here to bullshit around talking about other people. I can give a damn about Kanye. He's worth a couple of $100 million or close to $100 million. You can call him crazy all you want. The man is wealthy. Call Donald Trump crazy all you want. The man is wealthy. I don't care about what they say. I don't care about what they do. That's not my concern. My concern is Jay Hunter Lee and my tribe. And my tribe is winning, folks. The world is a big place. It's a phenomenal place. And there are so many places for you to grow where you don't have to be tapping in the Donald Trumps or the Kanyes. There's so much room for you to grow without being attached to any of the bullcrap that's out there. But people aren't winning. And there are so many people that are not winning and don't even know that they're not winning. They've been doing the same things for 20 years. There are people that I've known for at least 20 years, doing the same thing every single day, for every single week, for every single month, for every single year, for 20 years. Muhammad Ali said a man who sees life at 50 the same that he has seen it at 20 has wasted 30 years of his life. Well, those of you who follow religion, the book says, as a man thinketh, so is he. For the religious folks, the Bible speaks in metaphors. That's why most people don't understand it. That's why you have so many religions coming out of it. But that's another sermon for another Sunday. I'll teach on that another time. But your reality is a reflection of your thinking habits. When I say your reality, I'm not talking about you failed at something along the way. You tripped up, you fell, and you got up. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about your chronic situations, whether they're good or bad. If it's a health issue, then you need to be focusing on living abundantly. There's some studying on some science, some physics, quantum physics, metaphysics. Well, I'm metaphysical, so metaphysics is in the realm of my work. And I found through some studying and actually heard this from a gentleman by the name of Dr. Deepak Chopra. He said the body has 100 trillion cells. And that is more cells than there are stars in the Milky Way galaxy. And even though you have these many cells, you have 100% control over your cells. Let me illustrate. Science has taught that the body has what is called neuropeptides. Just like the brain has neuropeptides, that's what causes the brain to have the function of thinking. Science has found that the body also has neuropeptides, which means the body is a thinking body. 100 trillion cells in your body, you have total control over it. How do you control it? Your thoughts and what you speak. If your body is not functioning the way it's supposed to function or in the way that you want it to function, then you need to start thinking about healing that body. And when you start to think about it, your actions should follow the thinking. And as your actions follows the thinking, eventually it will develop a reality that you are looking for. How does that work? There's the frontal lobe of the brain, and then there's the motor cortex of the brain. What does those two functions do? The frontal lobe of the brain deals with thinking and planning. The motor cortex of the brain deals with movement and action. That's why you need to have vision and action working at the same time. You can't have one or the other, people. You got to have them both. You got to have both of them. Why? It's because vision with no action is an illusion. And action with no vision is confusion. So you got to have both. Now, let me rewind back real fast about when I mentioned something about obesity. Some people are obese because of medications, okay? Medication they've taken, and I've seen that. But I'm not talking about individuals. I'm just speaking on a larger scale. The number one cause of obesity is bad eating, folks. I'm not talking about a few people who may be obese because of medication, but let me just talk about that since we're there. Why are you on medication? What is the thinking habits that could have caused you to be in a position to where you got to take medication that's going to make you be obese? You guys follow what I'm saying? Now, pre-birth conditions, I get it. Not speaking on that. Those are unfortunate situations that happen once in a while to humans. But you guys are smart enough to understand what I'm saying here. I'm talking about our mindset. I'm talking about our thinking habits. What causes our reality is start from our thinking. Stinking thinking causes a stinking attitude. A stinking attitude will cause a stinking health. And a stinking health will ultimately cause a stinking death. Abundance thinking will give you an abundance attitude, an attitude of abundance. An attitude of abundance will give you abundant living, abundant health. And an abundant health will give you an abundance lifestyle. Y'all are not with me, man. Y'all are not with me. Come on, folks. So, as I described them, as I just mentioned them both, what does that say? That means the universe operates on energy and frequency. You decide which frequency you're going to live on by your thinking habits. on, hello. You have total control over what happens to your life. You need to take responsibility. If you don't, if your life is going to be about what the government does against you, what Donald Trump says about you, because guess what? Donald Trump is not the only person talking about you. Your own family, your own relatives are talking about you. Are you going to post what your relatives say about you on social media? What makes them different than Donald Trump? Come on, people. Your friends, your relatives talk about you all the time. And it's mostly bad than good. Do you let them stop you? So why the hell you let Donald Trump stop you? Why the hell does Kanye West matters to you? Because he has the same color skin? Your relatives have the same color skin and they dogging you out behind your back. Y'all mad at me yet? If you want your reality to change, then your thinking habits has to change. That goes for your health, your wealth, your relationships, your spirit. It goes for everything, every aspect of your life, folks. It starts with you. Everything that is physical comes from a non-physical place. That's the law of transmutation. Energy comes in and out of physical form. Thoughts creates vibrations. It's energy. And it will attract like energy. And if you don't like it, then change your vibration. Come on, man. Woo, y'all not feeling it. Y'all not understanding what I'm saying here. Folks, it's 9:32. I went a little bit overboard, but I did start a little late too. So I'm giving y'all a little bit of that extra time. So I hope this is helpful. If this is helpful to you guys, put that in the comments. Do me a favor, share this video with as many people as you can. If you in some groups, share it in some groups. Share it with your friends, your family. Hopefully someone will get it. Now, if this is not for you, then you know somebody this will be for. Share it. Don't be selfish. Share the information, folks. It doesn't charge. I'm not charging you. I'm not selling you anything. I'm just trying to help. Share the video. That's it. So I hope this is helpful for you guys. And we'll see you next week on Monday, our Monday Motivational Power Talk. I'm Jay Lee. And lastly, I want you to do me one last huge favor, and that is to sing like no one can hear you. Dance like no one can see you. Love like you've never been hurt. And live like it's heaven on earth. I'm Jay Hunter Lee. I love you, and the world needs you. So stop that damn texting and driving. Peace and blessings, folks. Have a glorious evening and a marvelous week.